Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Ryan back again with another video, but this time a little bit different. So today we are going to be looking into TFT Double Up in League of Legends, a Riot Game spinoff. And today we actually have a co-guest kind of teaching you the ways of the game, Shalik, a current Grandmaster in the game mode. All right, Alex. So with that in mind, can you tell us a little bit about the new TFT Double Up mode?
So Double Up is the new game mode for TFT, is in beta right now, so there might be some changes that you'll see later on. But for right now, the basic gist is that there's two players that work together so you never face each other. If you win your combat and your teammate's still alive, your entire team will go help your other teammate after a delay. So the units will keep their original positioning. So if you have like a misfortune, she'll go and she'll assist your teammate and you can both win the combat together. Now you don't take more damage, so the only damage you take is from the units that you had alive originally. So the extra units don't count towards anything. You take less damage because there's two players, but you share health bars. So that's important. You get 3 of the new Rune of Allegiance items, which allows you to give your teammate anything. So you can give them any item, a unit, anything you want. So there's these new assist armories that allow you to select between 2 items and gold. And that's about it for the new game mode. There's another armory at the end, like around round 6, that allows you to pick items for your teammate. But other than that, that is pretty much it for the new game mode. Other than that, it's mostly just normal TFT from there.
Yeah, so with all that in mind, me and Alec here have been playing quite a bit of TFT Double Up in our time recently, and we kind of believe that we found possibly a meta-defining strat, definitely something that's very solid, it's going to help you and your closest friend climb, and we just kind of want to go into detail outlining how you can start winning more of your games.
So the important thing is that in the early game, you have to understand you take a lot less damage. You take about, I don't know the exact amount, but it's about half the damage because, again, you and your teammate are sharing health. So econ traits like Yordle and Mercenary are a lot stronger because, especially Mercenary, if you can get an early Mercenary, you can get that high chest because you don't take nearly as much damage. In a normal game, you can get like a 9 chest, but you'd be down to like 10 health. And on top of that, because of the assist system, your teammate can have a stronger comp that will allow you to more easily get the bounty from the Mercenary chest. That's important because normally the weakness of Mercenary is that you're stuck using these bad units that are not able to carry as well as on their own. Misfortune used to be really good, but she was nerfed, so it is much more difficult to carry alone with mercenaries. So you can spike and help your teammate by rolling over your opponent in your combat. You can have a very fast comp, like Challenger, for example, that wins quickly and wins dominantly. And then if your teammate has a stall comp, like they have, let's say, bruisers or bodyguards, you can send in a lot of support to have that mercenary chest go off, and you can get a big spike in the mid game. And you'll still have a lot of health, too, because the damage system is a lot more generous in Double Up than it is in the regular game. So the important part of Double Up is the Rune of Allegiance item. Now, you get 3 of these, so it's important that you are very sparing with your usage of these. However, the Rune of Allegiance item allows you to 3-star, 3 cost and 4 cost far more easily than you would be able to normally. So I would recommend going for, if you find the units for it, it's very easy to get a 3-star 3 cost in the early game that'll allow you to spike. Or if you're just win streaking and doing well in the mid game, you can go for a 3-star 4 cost, and that can be your win condition. Because a 3-star 3 cost is strong, but it won't win the game on its own like a 3-star 4 cost can. So that's one thing that's important. That is the most important strategy. Using those last 2 Rune of Allegiance items to supplement your teammates' board so that they can have their own power spikes. However, in the mid game, one thing that's important to recognize is that if your teammate's weak, you can just send over something like, I don't know, a Jin 2 or something to help spike them in the mid game. Because the most important thing is being healthy. The 3-star 4 cost strategy is a consistent strategy, but that is a first place strategy. That is what you do if you want to get first place. Now, you can't always get first place. TFT doesn't work like that. It's a very random game. There's a lot of random elements. You have to play with what you're working with. So the first Rune of Allegiance item should be mostly used for early game strength. Now, if you're already strong in the early game, that's great, so you don't have to use it. You can use it later to supplement your strategies. However, in the early game, the most important thing is having one player that's strong, because if you both start losing, it's not going to be good. If one person is strong, you can utilize that strength to help your opponent, and you won't have to be as strong. You can instead play early game stuff like bodyguards or bruisers, something that's slow, something you don't beat immediately. and your teammate can have a very fast comp, or just any comp in general, that will help you save health in the early game, and that will allow you to win streak. If you both start win streaking, that's great. You'll have a ton of gold going into the mid game. All right, so on the topic of having faster comps, so you want to focus on comps like challengers, because those comps win immediately. They win very quickly, and they usually win very dominantly, at least in the sense that the carries are the ones that are left alive, and that's the important part. You want your carries to be left alive, not like random tanks coming in. Because if you're sending like random tanks to your teammate, then it's not going to be a huge help to them. But if you're sending like a Yone 2, Kai'Sa 2, that could completely shift a fight. So that's probably the number one comp I'd prioritize. The extra bonus to this is that winning quickly denies support from other comps. There are times where you might actually have a very strong comp, but you lose because some other clown on the other board decides to lose, and now you have 4 extra units coming to kill you. So it's not the most reliable strategy, and because you can't control everything, you're sometimes at the mercy of other teams.
Yeah, so with all that in mind, Alec, would you like to summarize kind of like the overall game plan over the course of the game from start to finish, possibly?
Well, it's normal TFT, so the general strategy is not very different from regular TFT, but there are a couple of things that are important. For example, you definitely want to make sure that you both are strong, or you're either looking for like an econ augment or the econ traits in the early game. Because again, you don't take as much damage. You take so much less damage. You have so much more time to build a comp, and econ is far more important when you have a lot more time. On 2.5 and 2.6, those armories, the best thing is usually gold. The items can be good if they are specifically what you need in that moment, but having a random item that you're not using is not better than 8 gold. And then for the mid game, again, prioritize your 3 costs. So try to find what comp you want to go early on so that your teammate can start holding those units for you. The faster you get 3 stars, the stronger you'll be.
All right, well, thank you so much for that insightful commentary, Alec, on kind of how to, start winning your double up games. I mean, he's very knowledgeable on the game. If any of you viewers are curious to know how to up your normal ranked TFT gameplay, we can bring Alec back around and, kind of run through some different comps that he likes to play, the general strategy of the normal game. I know he would be willing to do that. And yeah, hope you guys have a great time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for sticking around, and hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Peace.